Welcome, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to Raw. Restoring Awesome Warriors. I'm Jackie H, your host. And I have here with me again co-host Gail Barron, the judge. Gail's another Wednesday. How you doing, sis?
I'm well,
Yeah, yeah.
thankful, grateful. You notice my anniversary um date of when I first had my stroke.
Wow. In December
Yep, 2017.
2017.
This week.
Okay, so how you feeling about that? Like what that was how many years ago? Eight
It will be eight.
8 years ago.
It will be eight. And just thinking about it and looking back over it today, God has brought me a mighty long way.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
So just thinking about that, process. Things happen, and you walk through it, rehabbing, doing it, everything, and you see the results today. I
Yeah,
remember because I was there when
right.
trying to hold you up when you first had, just think about those memories of wow, and now you're walking in your own, doing what you have to do.
Thank God for this day because 8 years ago you couldn't see it.
No, no, that's why I say process.
Yeah,
I didn't see like Matter of fact, we was planning
right,
things
right,
that
right.
October. Well, most people know we were a singing group, and we had so many things on the books. I think we was all the way up to August of that next year of dates and everything, and we were sitting down in October, had a whole planning session, and then December. What date was it?
Um,
Seventh,
so
the 7th, and
yep,
and just that fast is
change.
change.
Yeah,
So thank God for you. Thank God for you being here, being able to sit with me and we do this together and still share. But I have some pictures, but I didn't get a chance to upload them. But you was even preaching in the hospital. We had Bible class in the conference room. So you didn't give up. So
no,
that's
did
a
not.
that's a thing we could share with people. It doesn't matter what happened to you. As long as you have your mind
Right,
and you
right.
have support,
Yeah,
you can get back up
yeah,
again. So clap your hands. Yeah, thank God for you, sis. But,
yeah.
but um, just thinking about something on that term of process and people going through things. I'm in a stage now of thinking of things. Like how sometimes you just go through life and it's just go through life, but sometimes you have to stop for a minute and say, "Wow, I
Yeah,
made it through that." And people they call it life now. Like it is part of life, but sometimes you don't think about things that happen. Like that stroke for me at that time, I think I went down with you. No, I'm saying people don't understand. Sometimes what affects one
yes,
person, it can affect another person,
right,
and the effect that it had. I'm not talking about anything besides we was looking forward to doing
right,
things.
right,
So now I had to not only did you had to rearrange your life and your family, I had to like come up with stuff because I had all that in my plan book.
right.
So sometimes when you're just going through life and you don't think because it can change just like that. So it sometimes just pays and be grateful and thank God for you know, oh I made it through another day,
And
another
I
night.
do.
Yeah,
I do because it could have went another
could have
way,
went another way.
another way. But I'm
Right.
still here, and still able to tell the story. And as we always say, now I'm gonna sing. Now I'm gonna whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it with understanding.
That's it. Yeah.
Because like you just said, the process.
Yeah.
But nobody, your words is the day to day.
Right.
So we're always giving a word or uplifting people, but nobody tells the day to day. It-
And that's important.
That's the process.
I was reading I don't know if you heard about I love that singer, Leandra Johnson, and she had quite a bit of episodes where I think they saying now that she's an alcoholic. But the thing that we was talking about process, whatever is going on in your life, you have to deal with it. Like your gift or whatever you have, if you don't take time to fix it, deal with it. She's a dynamic singer, and she's getting engagement. She do a lot of things, but then on the other hand, she turned around and she have overkill of drinking, and then she takes to social media and just do things, and then but people will talk about what she did at that point, but then next week they give her another gig, and she'd be somewhere else singing. Well, when do you take time to heal? When do you take time for those unresolved issues? That's the title that we're dealing with tonight. When you have unresolved issues, when you haven't dealt with what's going on with you or what it is, you can cover it up.
Only for a little time.
It's coming back.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they say she lost a brother. It's different issues, but she's gifted.
Triggers. People don't realize what triggers are.
Mhm.
And then it was a class I took when the help hurts.
Okay.
Because if I'm in your presence and I can't see that something is killing you and taking you down, I have to be more interested in you as the person than as your gift. So it's not right calling and giving engagements, but then turn around and want to talk about people. Help them.
Yeah.
Help them.
But Gail, issues that have been dealt with, I think people get lost in the process. So I'm just going to make an illustration. Well, if they know that she's an alcoholic, just using that, right? But yet, on the other hand, that is her income. I don't know if she have another job. So you're not only looking at the problem, but this is my life. Forget the gift. If this is my livelihood, how how do you deal with what do that look like to someone? I'm gonna keep on going because if I stop, I'm not looking at my issue. I'm looking at this is how I feed my family. This is that. So you have people with a lot of barriers with at in the same time. So what is some solution or what are some things of how you deal with even though that's a problem? I have an issue, but then I have another issue because I need to work. Or I don't have the money to even.
Sometimes prioritizing because you may have to work, but you have to be just as adamant about going to rehab, going to AA. There's therapy, so you're gonna have to intertwine. If you're, I know we gotta eat. I know, that's our livelihood, but you gotta know how to do both because that's the train wreck for anyone.
For anyone. Yeah. So you as a friend, or you as my sister, or you as someone that's in my life, do it become a responsibility or accountability to you?
If I'm in your life
If
and I say I love you,
yeah.
yeah, it would be my uh my best interest to help you. If I love you, like I say I do.
And it don't always mean that you have to do it.
No.
You might not be trained to help
Right.
me, but you go get
Resources.
resources or something like that.
Resources.
So you just don't
Re-
walk away and, oh well, that's not if it's love on the other end of it.
Well, it was a time when you and Daddy took our brother. You saw the condition.
Mhm.
Y'all got up and took him
Physically,
physically.
packed his bags
Yeah.
and everything, and
I
took
don't
him.
want to see you like that.
Yeah.
I don't, so the help has to have as
Mhm.
much concern for the person as the person. I wouldn't want to see you down.
So in that, it's a real hard subject for me when I see it because, like I just said, if you're worrying about how you're gonna pay your bills, then does that mean sometimes you just have to lose?
That could be, or like 'cause a lot of times, depends on how bad a person is, they need a detox. So that's when you go away, um, 30 days or whatever and get help.
Mhm.
Um, but then there's AA that you can go every day out here.
Mhm. But is okay. We're talking about barriers. Is that insurance, or you just get in a program, or is it
Yeah, it's
is
not,
it free?
yeah, AA.
Okay, so there is always
And
a
there are also some 800 numbers if people are that bad that you don't have to have insurance. They will take you
okay. So regardless, just you got to
regardless.
get help. On my job when I used to work, we had even if we had a substance abuse or something, they wouldn't even fire you right away. They if
Right,
you let them know you were struggling,
right,
there was they keep you'll
right.
keep your job, and
Employee assistance.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
and they they will help you. So there's always a way.
But it's
Uh,
different when you're self-employed. You don't always
that's
have
that's the,
those.
that's what I'm saying. The
You don't
barrier
always have that.
there. Um, what? Uh, hmm, I was so moved by this today because it's I saw all the scenarios in the one story. If I'm thinking about my livelihood, but yet, yeah, you remember when I used to drink?
Hmm.
You do?
Hmm.
Okay. So alcohol is a mockery, right?
It's a spirit. That's why
It's
they
a
call it wine the spirit. It make you do things and act way, give you the boldness and the courage that you don't have it when you're sober.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I remember.
so when I first left home, because we wanted to try everything, just doing stuff, and I wasn't used to no alcohol. So I'm saying this just to help people because some people can do it and they'll go to sleep or go be calm. There's some people who drink at that moment, they're rich.
Right?
You could be the brokest person, broke, don't have nothing. But at that moment, you got everything.
Yep. Some get on top of
Get,
tables and act
oh
like,
my God.
yeah,
So
I remember. I remember.
it made me come alive.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Spirits.
was the quietest person, don't do nothing. But once the little alcohol got, I was dancing. I was just, I was out there. But what I remember about that, I'm talking about being responsible for someone. Do you remember me driving you all home,
Well,
and then went on by myself as in that state? Somebody should have took my keys.
we couldn't take. We
We
let you
did,
rest a little while,
yeah.
but
But
at that point we was totally dependent. We couldn't have been no designated drivers, and none of us had license. So you could,
uh, when the help hurt,
yeah, when
like
the help hurt.
so, I remember. I don't know how I got home. I don't know how I parked. Only thing I remember waking up 12 o'clock that afternoon, still in the car. All those missed calls. What what I'm what we're sharing tonight is when you have unresolved issues.
Yeah.
So why was you drinking in the first beginning? Why do you do the things if you don't deal with what's going on? You
Right.
could say, "Well, I'm just out here having fun," but when you're doing that constantly, and that's like some people take the eating. Everybody has a maybe something that you don't deal with. You just start eating. Uh, maybe some people, as like Gail, you just start shopping. It's not that everybody loves to shop, everybody loves it. Sometimes it's an issue or a cause behind it. So how do you begin to recognize oneself? How do you, okay, how would I know I got a problem? Do you
Cause
have
it because if you pinpoint uh like say if you don't normally drink,
mhm,
but something happens and that's your first comfort, that's your first go to. Because I know that even with myself, when things bother me, that's when I go shopping. I don't I can do it,
mhm,
not do it any other time. But as soon as I'm bothered by something, that's my therapy.
you call it therapy?
Well, it's not really. but that's my trick, and
Okay.
that's what I go to. I don't go to alcohol. I don't go to other. I go to shopping, and I don't need nothing. But that's when it's an issue. But that's the
So
only thing that made me
but
feel
you
good
never
in the moment.
but you never recognized that it was an issue. No, somebody had to tell you, Gil, okay, just stop shopping. It's too much. Do you think people actually realize they have a problem, or is it always someone have to tell you, or is somebody?
Someone had to bring it to your attention. Uh, just normal conversation, but leading. Um, because I had to do that in the transitional house. What what is your what is your drug of choice? When do you feel? And it's all the time. Normally, whether people is going through the depression, low self esteem, wanting to be or do something, it's conflict. It's conflict, and it's that's why we have to know our triggers. And it could be a time of a year. Like most of people get depressed like this last quarter of the year,
Mm.
especially around the holidays. And then that's when, if it's not fixed, you'll find that spirit coming upon you, whether it's a murdering spirit, whether it's getting drunk. You just go, you know, no control,
Mm.
and you can't. It's not uh, that you're aware.
So you think some people are aware that they have, they that something has triggered them, and
I
then
think they're not aware.
oh, they're not aware.
They're
Oh,
not aware
okay.
because it comes upon you, and
Mhm.
sometimes before you know it, you're in it.
So have you ever actually say, "I don't have a shopping problem"?
Do I ask you to say that?
No, like some people, they in denial that.
No, I don't say that.
So you knew that it was an issue, or you knew that something triggered you to do that. You knew
I
that.
said I didn't say I was in
No,
denial. Meaning,
I'm asking you because we used to tell you that you're shopping, and you didn't acknowledge that it was a
no, I
problem.
didn't acknowledge
You
it.
said you liked it,
Right.
right? So what I'm saying, did you know it was a problem, or you actually thought you liked shopping?
I actually thought I liked shopping, and I
So it took something else that I'm trying to get. When do people become aware that it's an issue? Whatever you're unresolved that you didn't deal with is not only you didn't deal with that, but then you in denial that you have a problem too. It's
you're
like it's two things. Hold on.
you're sometimes something has to happen before you wake up. You
Oh, okay.
always don't hear that voice you telling me I got. You don't always. What sometimes will make you wake up is I done shop, but now I can't pay my bills and the electric company and turn my lights off. It's always sometimes a major thing that happened to make you wake up. Spending for no reason. I mean, shopping for no reason. Um,
Yeah. So
whatever the issue is, maybe you didn't have coming up, so I'm not going to be
right.
without,
hmm
and you just, you know,
So
like daddy shop. But daddy shop because it was on fixed income, and so they were storing up. And now, when I was shopping, I had no reason to store up.
okay, he used to do that when all of us was home. No, I'm really serious. He shopped like that. Store got 6 kids and a wife. But when we all dwindled out and left, he was still doing that. So his next thing was, in case we came over, it came from a issue of that's the problem. Like you don't have, all of us are grown. We can get our own groceries. We could do. It was no reason for you to go out there on the third and do what you do, and it was just you and mommy. So it still was an unresolved
Right.
issue, but it looked cute to us. Like every time we came to pop and mom house,
We could go stay in
we,
that box.
we can go fully shopping in their house with 2 people. But it came because he was without sometimes coming up. So he was going to make sure.
Make
So
sure.
so sometimes
Triggers.
yeah, sometimes can be not as bad, but then some people just go overboard
Yeah.
because you
Especially
still
if you recognize it.
right.
Yes.
So
My
he didn't
son,
recognize it because we told him that we was glad he had the stuff there. He didn't think it was a problem, but I remember him telling us the story of why he did it. So what would you say about your son?
he thinks I do things, he say I'm not their savior.
Mhm.
I don't personally look at it. I'm not trying to be nobody's savior. I like what I do, but he doesn't see it.
So how do you know when you like what you do versus I didn't have this opportunity, I missed this opportunity, and then you're doing it because of that. When do you separate
When you come to the knowledge, because initially started off that way.
what?
I was doing things because I didn't have the opportunity when they were coming up. So I was doing every time I got a chance, I was doing stuff. But I don't feel that way. That guilt hat is off.
So when did that change? When did that hat go off?
I'm not sure of when it changed, but I knew it changed. I no longer was working out of guilt or working out of I want to do this because I didn't have it when you were coming.
Okay. So I'm going to another question is, did you diagnose yourself? No, seriously. That's the term you came up with, or did somebody tell you that you took the guilt out? How you know the
I
guilt?
know that I did
I know.
because I used to do stuff out of that. My heart has changed from that. I do it. I do things because I love it now.
Okay. No,
Not not
because
not not
that
those
that that
strings
can
attached.
that can be something for people be, because it can switch, but it's switched because they diagnose themselves that it's switched. How do you? I'm just
No,
asking.
it feels different.
So it feels different.
It
Okay.
feels different.
Mm.
Like I love what I do. As far as my kids, as far as my grandchildren, it's no longer I'm doing it
Mhm.
because of. I'm doing it because I just enjoy. I wasn't always a mother.
So how did it switch? Like did it just
I don't know when it
you don't know
switched
when it switched?
or
Okay.
how it switched, but it switched. I feel different. I
Okay.
feel, for a long time I didn't feel the mother,
Right.
but now they grown now, but I feel the mother.
So how do people know? some people probably had to go get help
Yeah.
before the switch come. Like some people try to do, like you get people that say they try to stop smoking, right? I'm just using this as an example. There are some people that put it down in cold turkey. When they make up their mind, they finish, they finish. There's some people been struggling. They got the patch, they got the nose thing, and they can't do it. So some people got to still go through a process and might need the help, and somebody else probably just make up a mind and say, "I'm tired," or "I'm like I done took the guilt hat off," whatever that is. But whatever the issue is, you have. I think you still need to say there was an issue, or
It
there
was an
is
issue.
the issue. So some people don't even want to recognize there is an issue. No, that's just the way I am. No, Jackie, that's an issue.
I had
You
an
know,
issue.
yeah, I had an issue, and it might not be big to people, but I never wanted to say no to people. Bad. Like there's sometimes you say no, but mine was if you ask me to do something at 4 o'clock, somebody asked me to do something at 4:30, and said it was an issue for me to say no, and y'all gonna be on two sides of the city, knowing that I couldn't do it. I don't know where it came from. Why did I feel that? I didn't even know that was telling me that that was an issue come from somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? Only thing I know it's a problem, but where could that come from that you don't want to say no? You don't want to disappoint people. Whatever your issue that's unresolved, because it'll make you feel bad when you
Right.
say it. So I understand now and I can say not today or I can't. And it's getting better. So you do know when to change, but I had to work on somebody had to
Yeah,
tell
you
me
got to work on it.
work on. So sometimes you can have issues and don't even know that it's an issue. The girl says she's not an alcoholic, but acceptance. You have to accept what they do in the 12 program, step program. I am that, but I'm working on it. But if you're in denial that you don't even have a problem, what are you going to work on? How do it change? You laughing?
No, I'm laughing because I'm thinking of something. Um, I know that now I am. I'm. I, I'm free. I don't do things because of. And I was just thinking about the lady at the Ground Zero,
Ground zero?
that commercial.
Yeah, but go ahead, say
No, I'm so.
it. You proud of yourself?
I'm coming a long way for real.
Yeah,
So
but I'm still want to go back to that might be healed. You see it here, but I'm trying to see, are you really finished with shopping? No, because I'm
I'm
not
not
being,
finished with shopping,
I'm talking about the
but
addiction.
oh, the diction, yes,
Okay,
yes, I'm finished with that.
because there, I was part of that. You know what part I was?
But for
Take it with me. You know, your children done told you you were doing too much, so you still shop, but you gave it to me to hold. So that you just found a way to continue with your
yeah,
addiction. No, so I want to know, is that over? No, but all jokes aside, though, um, some people hide from their issue. They don't want to deal with it, and then you start hiding from the addiction. Oh, you got a pound cake up under the bed, or if you hear some of the stories of people, they got the problem, but then trying to hide
yeah,
what comfort them, that's too much work. It's a
yeah.
lot of work. So sometimes you have to help make people feel okay. You can't say, "Why are you eating so much?" or "Why you
Yeah.
do
But
you
if
don't."
you fix the problem, that stuff will go away.
But some people don't even think they got a problem. That's what I'm saying. Unresolved issues. If we have to announce that we have a problem.
Yeah, you have to. Because
If your daddy left you when you was two, whatever that is, just acknowledge whatever that bothered you because it has strings. You know the tree and the branch, the root, but the branches is all those things that you do
yeah,
that because the root is not
right.
right. It's tangled. So, But you have to acknowledge I have daddy issues. I have abandonment issues because it's going to show up in rejection. It's going, and sometimes the people that you are displaying it on had nothing to do when it happened. But you might not know where it came from. So I'm just talking. How do you even acknowledge or fix something that you won't even say you have? So just like people with issues, they turn to drugs or they turn to sex. They turn to this. Well, when we came up, we turned to church. Some people don't realize some people has addiction and just they find something to do because remember some of the ladies wouldn't they didn't want to go home because they had marital issues. So church became their go-to. And you think, man, you really, Gil, you really is praising Lord. You really love doing Lord. You done went to service 4 times one Sunday, and it came up. You didn't want to. And somebody, I'm just using you as that didn't want to go home because they was abused or whatever it was. So if you don't acknowledge and tell somebody about the issue, you just keep going. I don't
And
know why
so,
you
and
keep. I
some
don't know
make
if you're
it out.
laughing at me. You making fun of me.
Some make it out. Some will get to that point where they change over, and some will die not receiving the promise.
Yeah.
And ever fulfilling their life because some people don't think it can get better. But it all starts with, like you said, acceptance, acknowledging. Um, you got to have courage to do it because it's not easy, but it can be done.
So do you have to see it? Some people can't. Can take your stroke. 8 years ago, I didn't see this. Where you at now? From being in a wheelchair, can't stand up. We got to fix your clothes. It. If you can't picture it, if you don't believe it, you'll stay in that state. So it's not as easy as it looks.
It's
And
not
if you don't
easy.
have no support system, if you don't have somebody pushing, or if you're not that strong person yourself, I can see why people die in the midst of the
Yeah.
unresolved or don't want to deal with it because it's too hard. This is just too much. Got to get up every day. You had to do exercise. You had to do training 3 times a day. Go to physical therapy. Then it was occupational therapy. It was
Speech therapy.
it's a lot. Process sometimes would make people get out of. I just rather deal with it. I don't even want to fix it. It's too much.
See, I had a life before the stroke.
I know you did.
No, to what I'm saying, I can see my.
So
I
is
could
it a
not.
mindset?
It's a mindset because I could not see nobody waiting. I did not want it. And so, even in rehab, I told the therapist I was not going home with a wheelchair. Not only because of me, do you remember how many steps I had to go up? Who was going to take me up and down the steps,
Not
even
me.
to go to therapy? Who's going to do that?
Not me.
So my mindset was even thinking about whoever was going to help me. And I
So,
didn't want that because I've seen so much. I did not want it. I did not want it.
well, what if you're not a strong person? What if your mind? You say you was like that already. What if your mindset's not even that already?
Then I guess you
Some
just
people
be,
stay in abusive relationship. They don't see nothing else.
if
It
that's all you got around you, if that's all you have seen and you don't have nothing else to measure it up against, you would think too that this is it.
so that's when your friendship or somebody jump in. Do you think that? I mean, there probably be times that people won't change, but that's when then your support team at least try to encourage you. Be be the people that took you up on the rooftop to let you down because you in a state you
See,
can't do it yourself.
see, those type of people I'm looking for
Mhm.
because this day and time, you don't have that. So if you don't want it for yourself, because people people will get mad at your condition. So back there in the mom in them days where they helped and everybody was put their hands to doing something. We don't have that today.
I think they still have it. Just probably got to
Where?
find it.
Where?
But somewhere. It's probably not in my circle or something. But there is people who still want to help. I think the help is still there. I just think times have changed where, like back in, we said mom them day, well, they was all homemakers. They had time on their hand to help you.
Right.
Well, today most of the women are working. It's things have changed. I don't think that you just don't how you gonna do it. Everybody can't afford to take off and help you. Like coming up for me, because I had a husband and I was able to take off and do part-time jobs and at times had to quit when I took care of mom and dad. There are some people they can't do that. I don't think their mind is not there to help you. Situations have changed, but there is still help out there. So I'm the reason I think the dynamics have changed.
A
I don't
lot
think
has
that
changed. A
yeah,
lot has
a lot of
changed.
have changed. People can't do it, and then if you don't understand the disease or understand that someone is sick, you you need to be educated. And it's not that the person who's down don't want to, all the time don't want to. There's people. Well, we talk to a lot of people and help them. If you don't understand the sickness of the state of how they feel, like you say, what was modeled in front of them, if you're not equipped to do to help them, sometimes you'll look at it, oh well, you just don't want to get better. Sometimes the mind they can't think no other way. And sometimes that's when the sponsor, coaches, somebody that can walk you through a process. And you might not could do it all yourself. You might need Gail to do 3 hours, somebody else come in and do something else. You got to surround yourself with resources. But there's some people just can't think their way out of the situation. Like I know I have a lot of issues, but I accept help. I try. Sometimes go backwards, but you try again. Some people don't even have the mindset to even get up. We're I'm just speaking to unresolved issues. What you see, you can't always. Sometimes we have to pray for the person, whatever. But I heard someone say today, after you finish praying, then send them to therapy, send them to the doctor, send them to AA class, send them. You can't
And what
just.
if they won't go?
Well, you got people like that that won't.
I'm saying,
You got,
and so
and then
then
it's probably
what do
gonna.
the help do then?
You offer and you keep praying. It's some people you can't help. Some things you can't help. I get that part that you can't help, but there are some people who just need help. But if I see you down for a whole week and you don't went back to drinking and I just give it, or I'm just using drinking for a thing and I give up, or she just don't want to, you maybe with a little bit more effort from me or another way. That's all I'm saying.
Again, you got to understand the disease. So nothing's going to happen if you don't understand.
So that's what we're speaking to tonight. Do do you understand when people have unresolved issues, the severity of I can't believe you did that. This is what I heard this week. I was watching it. They can't believe, and I use the singer for a reason because the comments of,
Yeah.
but what she needs to be in a process. Sometimes we send people back out, they're not healed yet. They haven't even started the process. Everybody is different. You might can put your cigarettes down, or I mean, use a cigarette, whatever it is, or you done got up your issue. You might go and get a divorce and go on with your next husband. But Some people can move on, but then some people are stuck. Some people actually are stuck. So the comment is, I'd rather just pray for you or see if it's something else I can do. I'm not talking about the ones that, I just don't want to. Yeah. Just see the condition of the person. Has somebody helped me? If you would have gave up on me.
Well, that's why they're saying what comes from the heart reaches the heart. Because a lot of times it's those people that have walked those shoes and whatever shoes they were that you understand how to. But if you ain't never been there, of course you're gonna give up quickly. Of course you're gonna be angry because you don't understand.
So that's all we wanted to share tonight is there what are you doing about your unresolved issues? Do you even recognize you have them? What do that walk look like to healing? If
I think people know. I think that they don't want to be in there, but they can't help it. That's what I think. I mean, because don't nobody, you know, want to lose or want to be sick or want to be whatever the case may be. I don't think that people want to be there, but that can't help themselves. Think if you knew better, you would do better.
what do you think about covering up? And let me explain what I mean. Do you think everything had to be dealt with talking it out or whatever, or if you can handle it, just go on? Some people call it cover up, like you got an issue, but I can deal with it. I'm gonna go on instead of fixing it. You go on. What's the
Me
difference?
personally, or you talking
No,
about?
just what do you think? You think everything need to be fixed?
Um, it depends on
You ever hear somebody say, let it lie"? Like just leave it. Like if it ain't, if they say
if
that
it ain't
if
broke.
it ain't broke, but you know it's broke, that's why you said it. But since it's not stirring up nothing, just leave it alone.
If somebody's affected by it, like they just saying, "Let sleeping dogs lie." No, because even down to generation, somebody is reacting out of what you didn't tell. I don't think that things should go be swept under the rug or not talked about. And a lot of things are kept secret. These secrets gonna kill you. Find somebody to
Yeah.
talk to.
Yeah, I had to think about that one sometimes. I'm just saying personally, like there's some things that it goes down from generation to generation. But if I'm going to unravel to talk about it to let you know that's an issue, is it going to stir up? So you have to have wisdom,
You
right?
have to
And
have
some things to
wisdom.
how you're going to do it. Okay, all right. Okay.
Wisdom, strategy. You have to know how to do it.
Yeah. And sometimes if you're angry about something they don't know, it's probably best to send them somewhere that they can get
Yeah.
healing without getting strife and stuff with it. Me and you having a conversation about something that we mad about, we trying to help each other, but we don't need, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the help can hurt you even trying to talk about it. Maybe you need to talk to someone with a different view. So it won't leave anger. So it won't leave something else, bitterness, because you're saying you're fixing it, but it done got worse. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going back to the shopping.
Okay.
Okay.
At least I share.
That's what we do. We always say we're not experts, but we say, yeah, you share. I got plenty of shoes right now that I can't wear because but
Well,
you
I can't wear shoes like the stuff.
even when you could
No.
wear, even when you had the shoes that you wear, you didn't wear because they're in boxes.
Yeah. Because I buy for the next season. You know how you get the sales Like sometimes,
Even our cousin Sonny, that's the first time I ever experienced. Y'all thought it was cute. But I thought she was a hoarder. It wasn't that she needed. I didn't understand the sick, but if it say sale, she just
because
bought.
next spring and summer is coming. This stuff is on
I'm not
sale
talking
now.
about. I'm not talking about clothes. I'm talking about like paper towels, toilet tissue. It was. I could see if you were sharing it. If I see a sale, I can go get 15. And remember, we all took time because sometimes the sale say you're going to get two. So you gather up people. So you going to get two. Y'all had strategies for shopping, but I thought y'all was giving it to people. To the one time I was trying to get in the car, and all the stuff was in. You didn't have a seat in the car. It wasn't even given to. So they can. If that was someone who didn't have coming up because of the issue of lack, that was something else. But you had a strategy for it. You only could get two cases, and there's five of us to go get the two cases, not for ourselves, but for her. Am I right about it?
You're right about it.
Okay. So I'm just sharing with people that sometimes you have to fix the issue or be okay that you're not going to be lacking no more. You're in a better place. If you have 10 things, that's enough to last you for probably 2 months. We didn't need we didn't need a whole 6 months, a year of toilet paper and no kids.
We had stores and we
Stores.
had the furnace.
What is your issue today that is unresolved, and how do you go about your healing, the road to healing? Do you even think you have an issue? Sometimes we're doing things because we say we like it. We like shopping. We like singing. We like it's the like becomes the issue. You already have an issue, but it takes. If I like eat, I like to eat. So my problem caused me to overeat. It's not going to be something that you don't like. So sometimes just figure out what are you indulging in or overindulging in, and see if it's attached to an issue. It can be that you just can like it. That can be fine. But if there is something that's unresolved and you're doing, we're just sharing. Sometimes before it get to be a problem. One of the ladies was talking today in our session was, I think she was 180 pounds, whatever the issue was with her and her daughter or something. But right now she's trying to lose weight. She is 305. It comes from every time with an issue with her and her daughter. She just eat. She just eat. Now it's an issue. She can't have walk. Yeah. So why not fix the issue? Now this is another whole issue. Can't get the weight off. Swollen feet. So sometimes it's not even worth. It's not worth being on top of the table dancing and drunk and driving and kill. Because it could have somebody else could have got hurt. There's a whole lot of things that go along when you don't fix it. Oh, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
What?
I'm just sharing. I'm sharing a thought.
I-
That's our thought tonight of unresolved issues.
yeah.
And what do your road look like to recovery? Or is you even on the road? That's it. That's all I had to share. That's what I wanted to talk about tonight. And you're still over there laughing because you had one closet. The effect on someone else.
That's it.
All that stuff in the closet, somebody ain't had enough room to hang their clothes. You cause the effect on somebody else when you don't fix your issue.
Yeah, the basement.
Uh,
Actually,
so
I'm gonna get some bags together tonight and do some goodwill. Make room.
going to Goodwill.
Yeah.
Remember when our sister-in-law with the stuff with the tags on it? What my brother wife Oh my God. It was so much. She told us to come shop. And I laughed at the word because I didn't really realize that it was going to be like shopping, but the stuff that still had the tags on the clothes. I mean, I went fully shopping, but yeah, fix your issues, guys. Gail, we got um few
Or
things.
look for um opportunities or events to go to
What that mean?
so that they won't have tags and you get used
So you go keep the issue. All right,
to find some things to do so I could, so it won't be just hanging in my closet.
all right. Don't give people. We want people to fix their issue. We don't want to start hiding stuff and doing things to cover up.
I,
Yeah. Well, I was part of that cover up. I know what I'm saying. But anyway, you're still into your Esther series, right?
I am. I am.
And so what you got coming up next that you want to share? I have here.
Say the date for January 24th. Taking it on the road to Baltimore. You
Mm,
know that's part of Esther's because she thought she was going to be sashaying with them clothes.
right.
Her and the
So now
friends.
she's gonna
So,
take her friends and go somewhere and get some healing, right?
yeah,
Okay. So that's
got
January
to.
January the 24th.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a bus going down.
yeah, I'm looking into that now.
Okay.
And anybody want to travel with me from Philly? Um, I'm coming out.
Okay.
I'm coming out.
And it's all about helping.
Help,
Helping.
helping.
We're not just sitting here talking. We're laughing at each other, but
Yeah,
it's the road is on the road to
right,
recovery. And we always say we're not experts, but we've been through a lot, and we're still on the journey.
right.
So I'm
Daily,
yeah. So what the Bible say, die daily. So some things you're still shedding, we're still shedding, but then there's some things we have overcome. So I could
right,
look back and say,
right.
look, we're gonna pull through. So January, we're on the road. It's gonna be a good session. It's gonna be eating. It's gonna be having some fun. But all the main thing is healing.
Healing, healing.
Healing.
It doesn't matter. I say in the book that even if you don't have the life that you desire, you can take your lemon and make lemonade. And if it's still too tart, add some honey or sugar.
Hmm.
You can do better.
Yeah.
You don't have to stay in the state that you're in. And I'm not talking off the top of my head. I'm talking from experience.
Hmm.
God has worked wonders
Hmm.
in my life.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's not always that you, like you said, you take the lemons that is sour. The lemonade is good.
yeah, yeah. Add
You
some
wouldn't even
sugar.
you wouldn't even know
Right.
that lemon that you just squeeze and taste that sour and you put some sugar and get it right and some ice.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah,
So whatever you're dealing with, you can work with it. It's just adding pieces, taking pieces
yeah,
away until you get what you want.
yeah.
Yeah. So Esther was that person that was sent for a time
Such as this.
such as this.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna walk through it. Says so we got that coming, and we'll let everybody know that you had to RSVP and call. You'll have another flyer out by then
Right,
to for the
right.
bus. But her number is on the flyer or the save the date here, and so just come on with us and have some fun. And I
And it's
say,
not just to women.
oh yeah,
If any men want to come too, because it's a healing. We all need healing,
yeah,
male and female.
they need healing just to deal with us. No, just that's what some men would say. Like, let me go learn something to see how to deal. One guy here, he's funny. He always say, help me," help him to learn who we are. But don't forget this Sunday, Gail, we're feeding
Yes.
again. We got a Taste of Love Kitchen is open. Give us a call. We do deliveries. We always ask if you know a family or somebody who's
Right.
struggling that need to be
Especially in this season.
in this season that need to be fed. Uh, give us a call. Give us the address, and If they live in our area, we're going to feed. We're going to do what we need to on the road to recovery.
Yeah.
So not only do you heal the mind,
Right.
the heart, you feed the
Feed the soul
feed
too.
us. Yeah, yeah. So don't forget, it's all that
Yep.
with the completion. So we always ask. I know I put it up there a lot, but if you see fit to donate to us, Taste of Love Kitchen, it's just all about feeding people and helping people wherever we can. Um, don't have much as everybody share. We get it done. So that's all we have tonight. Just wanted to come by and just say, if you have the unresolved issues, get on the road to recovery.
Yeah.
Whatever way, wherever you start at, just get in the process and start somewhere. And those of you who see people with issues, and I'm basing this off of what I saw today, instead of downing people, instead of complaining and don't understand, I can't believe she doing that or he doing that again. Sometimes it's pain behind that. It's not always what you see. So let's
Remember, we had a podcast not long ago. Um, when you don't address the infection, then it leaves room for amputation. It affects something.
yeah.
Fix it. Fix it.
And by us being Christian, I speak from the church world. I speak from the people who don't think we're covering up anything. I think we have to realize you can use anything as a cover up,
Right.
right? So just because you're not drinking, but you're doing this over excessively because you're trying to get past a problem. Let's talk about it. Let's I'm not
Right.
talking about going around just
Right.
telling you I got it. No, sometimes you got to be discreet, whatever way. But for your heart to be good, for you to be in a good place, so you're not doing enough indulging in stuff that is overly. I didn't realize they had all these branches here. People suffering from depression, abandonment, rejection. All those are
Anger.
anger, and how you deal with it sometimes ain't good. Because anger been turning us. I don't know if I, what I, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to my niece. Anger displays, but it can be a time that you go into anger and it can be costly. Some people have lost. Remember our dear drummer one time at one of your transitional houses, and because they had an anger problem, we was working security there at night, and the girl came in. What she said was not that deep. And when I say you really could have sat there and laughed at it, but because it triggered him, girl, he got up. He had a can of soda. I never will forget it. Her head by an inch. And he went outside. I think to this day he was going to get that gun out of his glove compartment. And I think he told me I locked the door to the place. I didn't let him back in. And what I'm saying, one moment of something that you have unresolved can be costly. If I wouldn't have locked that door, I don't know if all of us would be sitting here today. Because I'd probably be somewhere stretched out with some straight jacket because of what happened. He'd be in jail. She'd be probably over. I don't even know what we was talking about, but it wasn't. It was nothing for me, but because something triggered him, and we almost had to call the police because we couldn't get him to shake down. So I'm saying this
It's
unresolved
real.
issue. It's real.
It's real.
We laughing, and I'm not laughing at the issue. I'm laughing at because we went through a lot. So I don't know what nerve pills you're on. Uh, uh, cause we went. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot. Some people don't realize you put others through because of your unresolved stuff.
I know.
Yeah. So get
I know.
healed so your family can be healed. So you can, it goes down to a lot. It has have a my big brother say take the time to get it right. Acknowledge that you have a problem and then face it head on. Be careful who you share thoughts with. Everyone is not your healing. Be wise. That's what we're saying. We're gonna deal with it, but everybody is not your help. But just acknowledge. I like that 12-step program. I know God uh, is in control. We can't do nothing without him. But if you don't, he say even when you come to him, you got to tell God already know you. You ain't got to go and say, God, I got an issue today. He already know, but he said, come to me, both. You can come to. So you have to acknowledge whatever it is to get the help.
Get help.
We had in our former church, you go to the doctor, get the whatever the diagnosis, and bring it back to the come so we can pray about. So you need both. You need the doctor. Sometimes God is not going to just heal it. Everything's not a miracle. You might have to go to therapy. You might have to go to the doctor to get the operation. It might whatever that is, but God is still
chief physician.
You got to work with him. So, but when you don't acknowledge that you even have the problem, so that's all we're talking about. And I'm saying it because it's sometimes. Okay, can I say this, Gil, and be honest? We have helped people, and people have helped us all our life. Sometimes I wish that I had a zapper. People look at me like, "What are you talking about?" I wish I could heal everybody. Like God gave us power, like the walking, to do what He did. He said, "Greater works will we do." Like some of the issues that I went through, I wish people wouldn't have to suffer or go through. Like every time I see someone who's going through domestic violence and stuff like that, I just want to heal them and heal the person who hurt them. Why are you laughing?
I'm smiling.
Okay, you smile. Because I mean, Jesus. Sometimes He just went about healing people. He just said, "Do you want to be made whole?" And He gave them some
on that note,
take your bed up. Come on.
Yeah. Do you want to be out with the excuses?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the lady who was bent over for 18 years, He didn't ask for that, right?
That was
I'm saying it's different scenarios. Some people, if you want to be made whole, they can get up and walk. Yeah. But then there's some people that they stuck. They bent over. They stuck. So come on, man. That's what. But you walk with them. So if I had a magic wand, there's a lot of people be healed today. Seriously.
I'm quite sure it will.
Yeah. So but that's not the case. So I'm just sharing. I'll walk with you. But sometimes I don't even like to hear the story because it's so sad. It makes me sad. Of when you're stuck in your mind. That's the part I'm talking about.
But
you can do it again.
He's a mind regulator.
Yes, he is.
And a heart fixer, a burden bearer, and a trouble sharer. You just,
So be mindful when you want to help each other, help someone, just because you think that they don't want to get healed or they're stuck in a position that they don't get up. Let's pray for them and walk with them. Jesus, God is the answer. Do all you can and let's go. Let's go. So
sometimes you have to do tough love.
Yeah. So what that mean?
I know you're hurting, but sometimes I gotta sting you. When they teach you in this lifeguard told me that some people are scared of water, and so a person can kill you because of fear. Mm-hmm. And she told me one day before when she knew how to swim, they had to hit her in her face to shock because
she went into shock.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, sometimes you gotta sting them while they're in it. Don't keep pacifying and it's gonna be all right. No, get up. Sometimes you have to be hard. You love them, and I'm not gonna tell you to be hard, and you don't have a relationship. Right. Because if you have a relationship, if I'm hard with you, it's because I love you. I'm not going to do it to somebody I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. So let's end with this story of the little boy that had something wrong with his legs,
Yeah, yeah,
right? And the doctor must have told his dad that he has a chance to walk again,
hmm
but it was going to be the process is going to be a long road to get there. And part of the process was to put him on some braces,
right,
and the brace was to correct his leg that he can be able to. First of all, they had to get him to stand, and each se- section of the healing was he had to tighten the brace. So when it got used to it, he had to tighten it some more. So after a while, he was walking. Come to daddy, he'd be crying. Daddy, this hurts me. This hurt. He said, Daddy, love you. Kept it on him.
hmm
Who want to see their child
right,
crying?
right,
But only thing you saw or knew, the doctor said he had a chance.
right,
But I got to hurt you. I got to do this because there's an after. So the last part of it, I think he had tightened it so hard, the boy was just crying, and he stood him up against the wall and said, come here." This was his first time taking a step in pain.
hmm
So sometimes even moving, you're gonna move
in pain.
in pain.
Mhm.
And the boy walked across the room to him. He was able to take the brace off. So I get the story you just said. Sometimes in helping,
Mhm.
you can't always go soft.
Right,
You
right,
can't always. I feel for you and come on over here. No, this needs to be done.
right,
And if you got to hold my hand and walk me through it, or I got to hold your hand, whatever it is, but every don't come from easiness.
right, right. No,
Sometimes you got to walk away. Sometimes whatever it takes to do. I remember my girlfriend that was in the military. She didn't want to separate from her husband. They was fighting every night, Jenny. They was fighting every night. The kids saw the fight, and she couldn't see that she was hurting her children. Only thing she know, her mother and father had got divorced, and this is something she's not going to do. And the only thing we was tell her, separate for a while. Is damaging
right,
your children. It's painful for you to be
right.
away, but look what you're causing. Until I think by the time I left Iceland, they had got divorced. But you could have saved, you probably could have saved your marriage or whatever that was that you wanted, but you can't take the pain.
Right.
But it was painful. It
hmm
was already painful. But those kids, when I left there, Gil, one was 5 years old and one was 8. They was like the sons of Sceva. Ooh, I had never seen, I don't know how many spirits them kids had. But it came from the dysfunction of them. They was some hard headed, and that was my part time job while they was working to babysit them, and I just felt like because I knew it wasn't their fault. You had to have a lot of love to even babysit them, but yeah, get healed on unresolved issues. You cause it not only yourself. Sometimes you affect
Yep.
another. But I would love to see them children today because I would have a wrote a whole book.
Domino effect.
Yeah,
But you can reverse it.
everything can be
Can
reversed.
reverse it.
Walk in pain. Sometimes you got to embarrass yourself. Sometimes you got to put yourself on the block. To get your healing. It's how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
How bad do you
That's
want it?
it.
And if you
Desperate
affect,
things cause a desperate message.
yeah, and if you're affecting other people, you have to think about it. So, Gil, that's all I have. And you want to leave with your parting words, and we're gonna get on out of here because I'm gonna go heal some more of my issues.
If I perish, I'll perish, but I'm going.
Going where? Where you going? Tell me where you going, sis.
I want a lot of things.
Just don't go back to that shopping spree, okay? That's not where we going.
No,
I'm
I
just
got a
joking.
hope. I got a hope now that I got something else to invest my money in besides outerwear.
Yeah. So just to let everybody know, I don't drink no more. I don't do those things no more. I'm not on top of the table dancing. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not driving drunk. I'm just saying sometimes you got to tell the afterwards
Yeah,
because when people saw, uh, one of my captains in the military said, "I can't believe you. I saw you last night right doing that." Sometimes you're shocked people at what you do because sometimes people are looking at you and count on you.
yeah.
So let's get fixed and help for others that we can be all that God is calling us to be. And as we always end the podcast by saying, Gail,
Love
love
God,
God,
love
love family,
family, work
work
hard,
hard, and
and
be
be kind.
kind. And don't forget, we got something coming up January 24th. Going headed to Baltimore. And this Sunday, if you're hungry, if you know someone else that needs a meal, let them know.
What
We,
about today?
huh?
What about today?
If they're hungry today,
Yeah.
um, I gotta put the things up for the kitchen that's open. There's shelters and stuff that feed people like on Wednesdays, Thursday. So mine's is Sunday, but there is places that they can go actually and get meals. I can't do it every day, but if everybody do a little,
Nobody has to do a lot.
nobody had to do a lot. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.